what I am passionate about is what kind of society do my students want to see, and I try to help them get there. And a lot of that is through what Community Works Institute is doing, which is place-based learning. And some student was really apt in saying, oh, it's kind of like studying abroad or traveling abroad. You are dumped into a new cultural water, right? And I think what Community Works Institute is trying to do is have people study abroad in their own backyard, right? Because we are in elite institutions at colleges, but, you know, take for example USC, right down the way is Skid Row. Are we studying abroad in Skid Row? Do we have family members that are living in Skid Row, right? It's not theoretical and hypothetical. We don't even have to study abroad, it's in our own family. So how do we go to Skid Row, or even just go to the greater downtown area and conceptualize, well, this famous building was built by the Chandler family, or another big luminary, right, the Otis family, and right next to that we have abject poverty. How do we square that, and what role do we play in trying to ameliorate some of these societal issues that are not good for any of us, right? Something I also try to teach in my class is, well, history. And James Baldwin says we are, well, he says white folks are trapped in a history that they don't understand. And until they do understand it, they cannot be released from it. He says a real reason why a lot of folks don't, dominant groups, not just white folks, don't want to unlearn the history and the culture that they, in the water that they swim in, is fear. And what is that fear? That fear is a loss of identity. And I think, you know, we've seen identity politics being talked about in the media, but we also don't talk about the last 200 years of American history has been wealthy, white land-owning identity politics playing out. This is the first time in our history where it is black and brown folks that are having some of their needs and desires strewn about on CNN and other news platforms. And I think taking students to Latinx neighborhoods, taking students to predominantly black neighborhoods can be and Asian American neighborhoods can be an eye-opening experience for a lot of students, both that are from the dominant group, but also from minoritized groups that their curriculum and their materials have never been front and center in a college classroom. And so I think that's something very exciting that Community Works Institute is doing, because it's actually taking everybody as a collective to these different spots in the city to break down those walls of a classroom, that your whole community is a classroom.